Good morning, dear students. My name is Dr. Shuaib Mohammad Bhat. I am working as assistant professor at the Department of English in Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. Today in this video lecture, I shall be discussing about the definition and terminology. I shall be about some definitions and some terms with reference to module 5th, that is writing skill. So that means in this lecture, we are discussing different terms, different key terms and different definitions related to writing skill. Now, you all remember that we have gone with the writing skill thoroughly in the classes or in the previous lectures. But this lecture would be a kind of summarizing all the main concepts which I have discussed with you in the previous classes regarding writing skill. So that's why I'm telling you, that's why this video lecture is entitled as definitions and terminology. So we shall be talking about some key definitions and some key terms related to writing skill. Let's start. Definitions related to writing skill. We shall be first talking about writing skill. What are the definitions which are related to writing skill? The first term which I want to discuss is clarity. So what is clarity in writing skill? What is clarity in writing? Before I discuss these terms, like I have another term that is coherence, and there is conciseness. So there are different terms which before their discussion, they need some sort of justification. Why I am discussing these terms? So before knowing these terms, before knowing their domain, their definitions, before knowing their field, before knowing their functions in writing, it's important to know first what writing is. See, writing it's a form of communication. Like we have spoken communication, in the same way we have written communication. Now the difference is this: in the spoken communication, we are speaking with the oral words, the words which we speak through our mouth. But here in the written communication, we do not speak, but we write these words. We communicate with the help of writing. Sometimes we write letters, we write messages, we write emails, we write reports, we write different news items by which we talk to people, by which we communicate to people. So these are different things which we require for written communication. So if writing is a means of communication, then obviously it should be simple, it should be concise, it should be coherent, it should be clear. Because there cannot be any person, any speaker, any communicator, any person who initiates the communication. No person on this planet Earth can imagine or can try that I want to be ambiguous in my communication. If you want to be ambiguous in your communication will not lead you to any conclusion. So communication is being held, is being done for the purpose to understand and to be understood. This is the primary motive, or this is the main motive of every communication. I deliver a lecture to you, I am talking to you, I am transmitting these messages to you. I have one motive, that is I should be understood by you and I should understand you. So it is a two-way transport where a speaker does not only strive or does not only seek for being understood, but also he tries to understand his or her audience, his or her listeners. So whenever we talk about communication, communication must be simple, clear, concise, to the point, without any ambiguity, without any complexity. So as long as you are keeping your communication simple, clear, lucid, so there are chances that people will understand you and your communication would be effective communication. As long as you are keeping your communication what? Simple. Now once you make your communication ambiguous, once you are using difficult sentences, difficult words in your communication, you cannot be understood. So keeping this thing in your mind, that writing skill or writing is a means of communication. Writing is a means by which we deliver the best which is inside us. Writing is a communication by which a writer delivers his or her best. So it contains, as I told you in the previous lectures, by reading or by writing anything, when you are writing anything, you are making people to know, to discover different ideas, different things, which you are providing them or producing to them with the help of writing. What I want to tell you, the first term is clarity. When we talk about writing, the first term is clarity, which I want to discuss with you. And I chose this term at the top. I gave this priority to this term, means it's not randomly I have put it at the first, at the top of the list. So I deliberately put it at the top of the list, because I saw there are many writings, there are many write-ups which are not clear, which are messy, where you see the ideas, they are not following the sequential order, where you see there is not that coherence in the ideas. So ideas are just mixed up in any way. So I found that clarity is one of the bedrock. It's like a bedrock for communication. So clarity means it is the quality of communication that makes written information easy to understand and free from ambiguity or confusion. So this is what I was telling you. The primary motive of every speaker is this: he or she wants that his communication should be understood by the people and he should understand people. So the primary motive of every speaker is to be understood. So when you want to be understood, you have to keep your content very clear, simple and clear, without any ambiguity. So when clarity means that it is that quality of your communication which makes your written content easy to understand. That means clarity is aligning to the main purpose of writing. That means your clarity is having the direct relationship with the main purpose of your writing. So when it aligns to the main purpose of writing, then how can we just divorce it, or how can we separate it from the domain of writing? So the first thing for writing skill, which every writer must keep in mind and must act according to, that's clarity. Every writer must act according, having this concept of clarity in mind. Then a writer must act as a writer. So as long as I told you, you are keeping your content easy to understand, you are keeping your content free of ambiguities, free of complexities, it would be easier for the audience to understand, for your readers to understand. So that's clarity. Second point is coherence. What is coherence? It is the logical and orderly connection of ideas within a written piece, ensuring smooth flow and comprehensibility. One of the best things which you need to understand. When you are writing anything, as I told you, you are conveying ideas to the people. You are introducing different things to the people with the help of your writing. Now tell me please, if you're not maintaining the order, the logical order in your writing, if your writing is ambiguous, if there is no order of the sentences, if there is no sentence structure, if your sentences are chosen randomly, how long will you successful in providing or in conveying your information? You may not be successful in conveying your information. There are least chances that your communication or your written context or your written text can suffice the needs of a person, of a reader. There are least chances because you're not following the coherence. It's one of the main necessary elements of writing. Whatever you are writing, it should be coherent. There should be coherence. Each and every idea which you are sharing, it should follow a proper order. So when it follows a proper order, it's easily to assimilate, it is easily to digest, it's easy to understand. So when you are following order, when you are following the sequence, when you are following the coherence, so you are ensuring that smoothness to your talk, smoothness to your communication, smoothness to your written material, and your written material, it becomes comprehensible. It's a compact It's a compact whole which contains all the information. It's comprehensible in nature now. So then the next point, next important term which I want to discuss, that's conciseness. What is this conciseness? It means it is the practice of expressing ideas and information in a clear and brief manner, avoiding unnecessary details or wordiness. It means it is the practice of expressing ideas, information in a clear and brief manner. Conciseness exactly means to the point. When you are brief, to the point. For example, the information which you want to just share with your audience, when you share that only information, that's conciseness. When you are brief, when you are to the point. This is also important because see, nowadays we see people, they claim that they don't have time. The people claim that we are busy with other enterprises, we are busy with a lot of work. Because see, as long as technology has come in our life, as long as the advantages of technology has come in our life, so it has made our life busy. Cell phone is there, we are using mobile phones, we can communicate to the people, we can do a lot of work with the help of cell phone. There is no need to just make you count what sort of advantages the cell phone is giving us. But as long as the cell phone is in your possession, so it has taken a very big slice of your time, very big amount of your time. The people whom you used to meet earlier when cell phones were not there, you're planning a day, so you're going to them to meet. Now you are having cell phone in your hand. So you are talking to a lot of people, you are conversing to a lot of people. You are doing all other activities with the help of technology, with the help of internet. So what I want to tell you, nowadays people don't have enough time. So whatever you want to write, a writer should keep this thing in mind. Whatever he or she wants to write, it's always better to be concise, to be precise, to be short, to be to the point. So and this conciseness means a writer should always avoid unnecessary details. So if you are avoiding unnecessary details, if you are to the point, that means you have the quality of conciseness in your writing. So this is another term related to writing skill. One important point, that's grammar. That's grammar. So recently I was just scrolling some social media platform. I saw a person, because nowadays there are a lot of people are there, so who claim they are the great teachers on these social media platforms. So people are now selling these things. People are defooling people, because somebody may come to you and start giving you the meaning of some one or two difficult words, and there are a lot of people in the world who get impressed by that thing only. So they start following and they start just making that person like a godlike figure. So the person just means this is the way right now which is happening, which is in trend. So how do people showcase the limited knowledge? So I saw there was a person, he has written grammar on a page, and he lit that with he just burned that page, and he was claiming that grammar is nothing, it's not used for anything, it's not used for communication, it's not used for anything when it comes to communication. I can also but being an educated person, it's very nonsense to say that, yeah, grammar is not required. No, grammar is required. But there are certain areas where you cannot just be, where you're not being examined, where you're not being just checked whether your grammar is correct or not. Like I can say, when we are having some informal discussions, it's okay there if you do not know certain areas of grammar. But how can we say that grammar is not required? How can we tell people it's better to burn grammar because you do not require it in your communication? You definitely require it. See, there are two sentences I'll throw to you. I'm eating food. I was eating food. I'm eating food. It shows the present continuous action, whatever the person is doing at the time of speaking. I was eating food. It talks about a particular time of past when the action was happening. Now I'm eating food right now. Suppose I'm eating food right now and I'm telling you don't bother about the grammar, and I speak, I was eating food. What will you think? You will just call me a fool. So this is not the case. Grammar is nothing. It is not required for the communication. It is definitely required for the communication. Now we encourage people. We encourage the beginners. We encourage the people who want to know the language English. We encourage them like this. Don't bother about the grammar at the initial stage. Because if you bother about the grammar, you may not progress. You may be thinking, you may divert your mind towards grammar. And before speaking a sentence, before speaking a word, or before speaking a phrase or a clause, so you may be stuck whether it is grammatically correct or incorrect. So that's why, in order to remove this stagnation from the beginners, so we are telling them don't bother about the grammar at the initial stage. But we are not openly challenging, leave the grammar aside, it's not required. It is required at every step. Language, it cannot exist without grammar. So, when we talk about grammar, these are the set of rules governing the structure and use of language. It includes syntax, punctuation, and word choice. So every writer has to keep this thing in mind, whether he is grammatically correct or incorrect. So grammar, it includes syntax. What is your sentence structure? Is it okay? Are you following the proper sentence structure? What about your punctuation? See, punctuation, again, one of the important aspects. Punctuation acts as a body language in your writing. Right now I am talking to you. I make you to understand my every point. Number one, with the help of my words, with the help of language. Number second, with the help of non-verbal gestures. I use my facial expressions, my eye movements, my body gestures. Sometimes I nod my head. Sometimes I use my hands. Sometimes I use my shoulders. So different postures I am using here in order to make you understand the spoken matter. Now when you are writing anything, there is no body language is there. You cannot be present everywhere to show the body language. You cannot be present everywhere to modulate your voice, to raise your tone and to just lower your tone. It's not possible to be physically present everywhere with every reader. But there is one thing which will make your presence, which will show your presence everywhere. That's punctuation. Punctuation acts as a body language in the written texts. So a writer should know what punctuation is, and a writer should be aware of the word choice. What are the words I am using in my content? Do they align with the sentence structure? Do they align with the content? What, for example, sometimes we are talking about any natural object or any I must say we are talking about like any figurative object. We are talking about any abstract idea. So it's better if we use sometimes for those things if we use figurative language. So a writer should be aware of all these things. Then the next point is style. The unique and distinctive way in which a writer expresses ideas characterized by elements such as tone, voice, and sentence structure. Style is a unique and distinctive way. Every writer has a different style. See, style is consisting of your word choice, your sentence structure, your use of punctuation marks, your grammar. So all these things, they constitute your style. Every writer has his or her own style. So in which a writer expresses his or her ideas. It contains like tone, voice, sentence structure. So it is always important for a writer to maintain his tone, voice, and sentence structure. Then tone, the writer's attitude or emotion toward the subject matter, audience, or self, as conveyed through the choice of words and overall writing style. Tone is the writer's attitude or writer's emotion towards the subject matter which he or she is discussing, towards the audience or towards himself, as conveyed through the choice of words and the overall writing style. So this is what we call as tone. Then editing. Editing is one more important step which comes in writing. The process of reviewing and revising a written work. When you are reviewing a written work, you have written anything, you are reviewing it. You are reading it again and again. You are revising it again and again. And, revising a written work to improve clarity, coherence, and overall quality, including proofreading for errors. So editing means to review and revise your written content. Now, why do you review and revise your written content? We review and revise our written material in order to improve its clarity, in order to check whether it is clear or not, whether the message is clear or not. Is it coherent or not? Have I followed the sentence structure or not? Are all the sentences logically arranged or not? And in order to check the overall quality of your content, is it a quality product or not? And it also includes proofreading for errors. That also comes under editing. And revision is the act of making substantial change to a written piece, often involving reorganization, addition, and deletion. We are revising things in order to make a written material, in order to make it substantial, in order to make it standard. Now, what we are doing with the written material, we reorganize it. We reorganize. Sometimes we reorganize sentences. We add sometimes more content, and sometimes we delete the content in order to make our writing effective. Then audience awareness. What is audience awareness? The ability of a writer to consider the characteristics, expectations, and interests of the intended audience when crafting a piece of writing. A writer should always be aware of the audience, because whatever you are writing it for your audience, for the people to read it. Now, you do not know your readership. You are living in China, or you are living in a country where people know only their mother tongue, but you are writing in some language which is totally unknown and unfamiliar to them. No doubt other people will read your content, the people in whose language you have written the text. But the question mark is this: you are addressing to a particular group of the people, but you wrote in a language which is totally unfamiliar to them. So there is no need to write this content, because your target audience is not able to read it. So audience awareness is must. A writer should be aware about his or her audience. While crafting a message, while writing a message, it is important for every writer be aware of the audience. Then critical thinking. What's critical thinking? The intellectual process of analyzing, synthesizing, and evaluating information and ideas, which is crucial for effective and persuasive writing. It is the intellectual process by which we analyze, synthesize, examine, evaluate information and ideas which are crucial for effective and persuasive writing. When you are writing, when you are writing any persuasive content, you want to persuade people, you want to influence people. So such type of writings, they need the content to be examined, evaluated, synthesized before many times, before we write them or before we jot them. So it is always important to just evaluate these ideas many times, because you are going to persuade people, to mold the attention of the people. So critical thinking is one more term related to writing skill. Then another term is research skills. Research skill is important for the writing. Why? The ability to gather, evaluate, and integrate information from various sources. When you are writing anything, it's not like you are sharing your personal whims. You are doing a lot of research. You are going to libraries. You read many books. You read many authors. You take many interviews. You meet many people in the person. You collect a lot of information from different sources. So that's called a research skill. A writer must have the research skill. Otherwise, your writing may be all subjective. People may not always want to listen your own life or listen your own arguments. People may not be interested. People may not agree with your ideas. So you have to give them the critical stuff which has been evaluated, which has been filtered through many filters. Filters here are different writers, different sources, whom you consult, whom you quote in your writing. Then the next term for writing skill is cohesion. Cohesion. What is cohesion? It is the grammatical and lexical connections that bind together the various parts of a text, creating a sense of unity and logical progression. So your written text, there should be both linguistic and grammatical connection. There should be lexical and grammatical connection. Your grammar should support the content. Your content should rely on the grammar. So when you do this thing, when you bind, when your text just offer this grammatical and lexical connection, so we can say that the written stuff may have the unity and it may have a logical progression. Then there is another term which is creativity. Creativity is the use of imagination and originality in the expression of ideas. It allows a writer to bring unique perspective or style to their work. So when you use your imagination and originality in order to write anything, so it will bring a unique perspective or style to your work. Creativity. Then rhetorical devices. These are techniques and language patterns used intentionally to create a specific effect or impact on the reader, such as, like we have metaphor, simile, hyperbole. Rhetorical devices are the devices which are used to bring or which are intentionally used to create a specific effect or impact on the reader, such as, see, when we are writing any content, when we are writing anything, sometimes we use these terms like metaphor, simile, hyperbole. So these techniques, they beautify our language and they create a specific effect in our writing. Whatever the ideas we are sharing with these poetic devices or with these figures of speech, so those ideas, they become very vibrant and they become visible and graphic to the readers to read. Then the next point is empathy. It is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. To embrace, to understand and share the feelings of others. A quality which is essential for a writer, which is important for creating relatable and emotionally resonant writing. So this empathy is needed for creating a relatable or emotional resonant writing. Then there are certain definitions related to topic sentence, because topic sentence is in our syllabus. What is a topic sentence? A topic sentence is a concise statement that introduces the main idea or point of a paragraph. It serves as a guide to the reader, outlining the focus of the paragraph and providing a clear context for the information that follows. We have discussed topic sentence in detail in the previous lecture, but here I am just going to provide you the definition of topic sentence once again. Topic sentence in a paragraph. First, you need to know what is a paragraph. Paragraph is a short extract of a writing which contains single idea, which contains a single theme, which contains a single point of view. Every paragraph in a writing or each paragraph in a writing discusses a particular idea, a particular emotion, a particular feeling, a particular idea. So now this paragraph writing is different from essay writing. When we talk about essay writing, essay is the mixture or combination of different paragraphs. But paragraph is a single paragraph. See, when we talk about essay writing, we have a complete paragraph for the introduction. And we have a separate paragraph for conclusion. But that is not the case with paragraph writing. Paragraph writing means a single paragraph only. Whatever you want to convey, whatever you have to write, you have to just fix that all in a single paragraph. That's paragraph writing. So now when you are writing anything, it's obvious to give a kind of introduction to the readers. Your readers must get to know what the paragraph is about. So for that introduction, we have the first sentence in every paragraph, which we call as topic sentence. There is no paragraph for introduction in the paragraph writing. No provision for paragraph. Only a single sentence serves as an introduction. Now this sentence is called topic sentence. And it is this sentence which introduces the whole paragraph to the reader. It is this sentence which initiates the argument of the whole paragraph. It is this sentence which plays the role of an anchor for the paragraph. And it is this sentence which proves itself a guide to the reader. And it outlines the focus of outlining the focus of the paragraph, and it provides a clear context for the information. A writer comes to know what is being followed in the paragraph by the topic sentence. So your topic sentence is an introduction to the paragraph. It tells you what the paragraph is all about. This is about topic sentence. Then the next point which I want to discuss is controlling idea. This is about topic sentence. Another feature, controlling idea. This topic sentence is often referred to as the controlling idea of a paragraph. Now, what does this mean, controlling idea of a paragraph? This is because it controls the direction and content of the paragraph, ensuring that all subsequent sentences support and develop the main idea expressed in the topic sentence. Your topic sentence, it is often referred to as the controlling idea of a paragraph, because it controls the direction and content of the paragraph. See, when a reader reads the topic sentence, he or she comes to know what may be there in the paragraph. It controls each and everything. So it does not allow you, it does not let you roam with other content. When you are reading the topic sentence, you are controlling your ideas. No, I do not need to wander with the other ideas. I do not need to give some space in my mind to other ideas. Rather, I should focus on the claim, on the argument which the topic sentence has raised. And this, it ensures that all subsequent sentences support and develop the main idea. It is this topic sentence which allows you, which tells you that all the subsequent details, all the coming details in the paragraph, they are following this topic sentence only. So that's why we call it controlling idea. Topic sentence, it controls your ideas. It makes you spellbound. It captivates your attention towards the upcoming details, but it does not let you to wander, or it does not give you the time or opportunity to give you space to other ideas in your mind. No, it controls your ideas and it makes you spellbound. By controlling doesn't mean it's not allowing you to think upon anything. By controlling, it means it makes you spellbound to the upcoming ideas. Then, unity. What does unity mean? So, the topic sentence, it plays a crucial role in maintaining unity within a paragraph. It is the topic sentence which maintains the unity in the paragraph. Now, it is hard to digest because it is a single sentence. How can it maintain the unity? When a paragraph is made up of minimum 10 sentences, 12, 13, 14, 15 sentences, how can it maintain the unity? It maintains the unity. Why? Because it does not claim or it does not borrow any extra information. It starts the paragraph with the appropriate claim, with the title. So when it starts with the title, when it starts the main idea which is there in the title of the paragraph, that means it initiates the unity. That means it is the sentence which starts, which tells a reader that there is unity in the paragraph. Because the sentence itself aligns with the title. It's faithful to the title. It's not a sentence which talks about some other idea, some extra idea rather than the topic. So topic sentence, it plays a crucial role in maintaining unity within a paragraph. It helps to keep the information focused and relevant, preventing the paragraph from becoming disjointed or straying off topic. So it helps to keep information focused. It keeps your information focused and relevant and prevents the paragraph from becoming disjointed or straying off topic. It prevents the paragraph from becoming disjointed. It is the topic sentence which ensures unity. Because see, when the introduction itself follows the title, then there is no provision in the middle of the paragraph you will talk about some other idea, some unrelated idea, some redundant idea, some irrelevant idea. No, you cannot do that. So when the topic sentence serves you like this, then we can say it prevents the paragraph from becoming disjointed or straying off topic. It never lets the paragraph to go off topic. Because the way you begin, see, the way you begin the work, obviously you will follow the first steps. You will follow the first sentence. When you follow the first sentence is aligned to the title. So there is no way for disjointing the paragraph. Then another term is transition. A well-crafted topic sentence not only introduces the main idea but also serves as a smooth transition from the preceding paragraph or idea. A well-crafted topic sentence. It does not only introduce the main idea. It does not only introduce main idea. It's not only introducing main idea. Then what is it doing? It serves as a smooth transition from the preceding paragraph or idea. See, if we talk about the paragraph writing, or if we talk about a particular paragraph in a write-up, a write-up may contain 10-20 paragraphs. If we talk about a particular paragraph, a single paragraph, so it follows, it contains transition is there. Transition means when you move from one idea to another idea. This moving from one idea to another idea, it should be linked. For example, you are writing a book, you are writing a chapter, it contains 50 paragraphs. If your paragraphs are disjointed, if there is not logical transition in your paragraph, your readers may give up on your written stuff. They may find it disjointed. No doubt you are switching from one idea to another idea. But at the end of the day, it is a single chapter, which is a unique whole, which is a one chapter only. So when you are moving from one idea to another idea, one paragraph to another paragraph, no doubt the ideas may be different, but there should be that logical connection between the two paragraphs. So it is the topic sentence which makes transition smooth, which lets you know that the previous paragraph was on different idea. This paragraph is on different idea, but both the paragraphs, they share a relation. Which relation? Because they are part of a single theme which the writer is talking about in that chapter. So this is transition. Then clarity and guidance. The topic sentence, it provides you clarity and it provides guidance to the reader by clearly stating the subject of the paragraph. Obviously, your topic sentence, it is a guide to you and it clears each and everything for you. Because see, as I told you, topic sentence is a kind of introduction to the paragraph. So an introduction always guides us. So it is the topic sentence. See, when we talk about the introduction, why do we give introduction to the writings? Because we want to introduce the upcoming stuff to the readers. Same is the case when we have topic sentence as an introductory sentence, so that guides the readers that following are the steps which may come in the written stuff. And it clearly mentions what is being jotted down in the paragraph. So by that clearance, it brings clarity. Then the next point which I want to discuss is organizational anchor. What is organizational anchor? Think of one topic sentence as an organizational anchor within a paragraph. It not only initiates the discussion but also helps structure the paragraph by indicating the relationships between ideas and guiding the arrangements of supporting details. It's a kind of anchor topic sentence. You must have seen the hosts, the anchors, who are just conducting different programs. They make all the arrangements. For example, when should the keynote speaker come and deliver his or her speech? When should the chief guest come and deliver his or her speech? When should other participants come and deliver their speech? So this is all structured. This follows a proper order. And it has an order. So this order is given by the anchor, by the host. Same is the case in every paragraph. The anchor is your paragraph, is your topic sentence. It is the topic sentence which tells you what are the things you need to include. When should you talk about the body? When should you talk about the beginning, then body? And when should you introduce your conclusion? And how short and concise your conclusion must be? And what are the things you need to conclude in the concluding sentence? So this can be judged or this can be spoken by the organizational anchor. That's why we call topic sentence as organizational anchor. We have another term in this fifth module, that is précis writing. What is précis? It is a concise and condensed summary of a written work. It is a condensed summary and it is a precise. It is 1/3. Whatever the written content you are having, if you are writing, it's précis. So you have to condense it. You have to compress it up to 1/3 of its length. If you have 100 words, if you have a text of 100 words or 90 words, if your text is of 90 words, now you want to write it précis, you have to write it in the 30 words only, 1/3 of the actual length. And that doesn't mean you will skip some idea, no. You should skip about the main idea. You can skip examples, you can skip extra ideas, extra information, but you cannot skip the main idea. When we talk about précis writing, one more term comes to our discussion, that is summarization. It is the process of extracting and presenting the most important information from a text. That's what I call as précis. Summarizing means extract the most important information. It means to present the important information from a text while maintaining its core meaning. So when we are presenting the main information, we cannot do injustice with the core meaning. We have to deliver the core meaning. The next term is conciseness. What is conciseness? In précis writing, it refers to the use of clear and economical language to convey information efficiently. I told you conciseness, being to the point. Clear and economical language, where you avoid extra information and you talk about the particular things only. Then clarity, I discussed clarity with the clarity means being clear, avoiding all the ambiguities, make your context or make your writing easy to understand for the people. That's clarity. Then coherence. Coherence is the logical and smooth flow of ideas. This I talked. Unity I talked. Now this next thing I want to talk about, that's objective tone. Objective tone is crucial in précis writing. The summary should be written in a neutral, unbiased manner, presenting the author's ideas without personal opinions or interpretation. When you are writing, when you are making précis of any written text, you have to be objective. Don't share your opinions, don't share your ideas. Because this is not a platform where you can share your ideas. No. Be objective. Don't share your ideas. Then, elimination of repetition. So if there is anything repeated in the original context, you can eliminate that. You can skip that. You can delete that. Then the next point is paraphrasing. It is rephrasing the original text in one's own words while maintaining the core idea. Paraphrasing is rephrasing. You are rephrasing in your own sentences, but you are not just mutilating the core idea, the original meaning, the original message. Then informativeness. Informativeness is the quality of precision that ensures all essential information. All the essential information should be contained in the precis writing which you are preparing. It should not be something different from the original content. Then we have another term in our content, that is report writing. It's a formal document that presents information, findings, recommendations, and it's often based on research, analysis, and observation. Then report writing is creating a report which involves gathering of data, analysis, organization, and presentation of information in a written format. We have letter writing also. Letter writing, the first term which I want to discuss, that is subject line. Subject line is always brief. It is descriptive text that summarizes the purpose or content of an email or a letter. Then salutation. Salutation is the beginning. We're talking about email writing. It is the beginning of an email, the greeting. For example, you write dear, hello, or hi. Then body, where you write the whole message. After body, there is signature, where you put your signature, closing, and attachment. You are attaching any document there. And you can send the same email to other people. If you want to be visible to whom you are sending the message, if you want it to be visible to all, you can make it carbon copy. BCC is blind carbon copy. If you want that others should not know, the main receiver should not know to whom others you have sent the email, that is BCC. Reply versus reply all. We can send reply to one sender, or we can send reply to all by clicking the reply all. And there is also one more option, that's forward. We can send the same email to others. There is etiquette also. It is the set of rules and guidelines governing polite and effective communication in email. It means to use polite language, use courteous words, use courteous, if you are requesting, use a courteous language. Format is there, and at the end there is proofreading. Then we have letter writing, same salutation is there, body is there, complimentary close. There we can also put the signature. A format is there which we have discussed in the class. Heading is there, enclosure, subject line is there in the same way as it is for email. And we have the body paragraph. We have recipient, the person who receives the message. We can save it in the draft, and there is postscript. These are all the terms which are related to the module 5th in your syllabus, that is writing skill. I hope you all have understood it well. I would like to stop here. If you want some extra information on the written terms, you can quote these sources. I hope you will find these sources very helpful to you. So here I would like to stop. Thank you. Thank you for listening.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.